Welcome to another Is It Good review. My name is Brian Daniels, and I want to thank Activision and Infinity Ward for providing me a copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 to review. Now, I want to make this clear, this is just the multiplayer aspect of the game, because, let's face it, people don't generally purchase a Call of Duty game nowadays to play just the campaign. So, I'm just going to be reviewing the multiplayer in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So, let's get into it. First off, you're seeing one of my favorite modes in Modern Warfare 2 that came back, which is Ground War. And this is really just about as close as we're going to get to having any sort of Battlefield type aspect in a Call of Duty game. And I really like it. This absolutely works. I think these are sort of sections of the overall Warzone map that are kind of just broken up and allows people to play against each other. Now, I believe this is 32 on 32 player, but if I'm wrong, just please let me know in the comments below. But other than that, I've really enjoyed playing Ground War, just for the sheer fact that we can use vehicles again in the Call of Duty game, which for those have longtime fans of the franchise, such as myself, you know that was something we couldn't do for a very, very long time. So graphically, the game is gorgeous. It runs great in 60 FPS at 4K. I am reviewing this game on an Xbox Series X, and it's gorgeous. It's a very, very beautiful looking game. The attention to detail, from the buildings to the tanks to the overall level design, looks great. I will say that this game has several different maps, several different modes, and this game just kind of feels like a very vanilla experience. Honestly, it's kind of like the soul was sucked out of the game as we know it, and I'll get into that more later. But there's a lot of guns in the game. There's various ways to unlock them. You do level up to 55. I don't see anything in regards to prestiging on here. I would imagine that's something that you can do, or at least should be able to do. That's a series staple. But overall, the game just, I don't know, it just feels very basic for a Call of Duty game. Now, it does give you that great feeling, that gameplay feeling, getting a kill. It's kind of like a wash, rinse, and repeat. Get a couple kills, die, come back, get a couple kills, die again. And, of course, there's kill streaks in here, there's score streaks in here, and things like that. But, honestly, it just, there really doesn't feel like a very competitive nature. There is no ranked mode. There is no skill-based matchmaking because the developers had said that they did not want to put skill-based matchmaking, and it shows because sometimes you'll play with some people that are very, very good. And the thing about this game is you can't see other people's stats, and I'm going to get into that because that's the biggest thing about this game that bothers me is the lack of stat tracking. Now, as far as game modes go, you do have Ground War. This mode you guys are watching right now is called Invasion. And, this is a mode we've seen in other games before where, there's bots and you take on, the other team with bots in here, which this mode has always to me felt like a mode for players that aren't that great at Call of Duty. That way they can at least feel like they're dominating by getting some kills, getting some AI kills. So, Invasion's here for that. Once again, not a bad mode. I've enjoyed Invasion. It's probably one of my top 3 modes, honestly, other than, of course, traditional team deathmatch, which is always up there. Search and destroy, things like that. What you're going to find here, there's all the modes you could want from previous Call of Duties. If you liked Modern Warfare 1, you're going to enjoy Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be that kind of multiplayer game meant for you. I don't know. It's just, we'll get into it. We're gonna get into here soon the biggest reason why I don't like this game compared to other games. Now, I'll tell you this. the game I played, of all the modern games, Call of Duties that is, like from World War II to Black Ops 4 and things like that have came on modern consoles or last-gen consoles, my most played Call of Duty so far has been the first Modern Warfare game. Now, I'm an old school guy. My favorite Call of Duty game is the original Modern Warfare 2. So when I found out they were releasing this, I was curious. How is it going to stack up to the old Modern Warfare? And it does a great job. I think it definitely hits all the marks. And when I was playing a couple times, there was some things I wasn't too thrilled about because the game does crash. Now, I know the game just came out, and you could say, but Brian, the servers are going to have that happen from time to time. Well, sometimes the game even crashes in the campaign mode, which is weird. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about that, but when it comes to online, you can't even really play the campaign mode without the game freezing up on you. But you're going to see an example of that here in a second, because while I'm playing this match, the game freezes. And it's definitely no fun when you're in the middle of a match and your game just decides to lock up. Now, the cool part is even though the game froze, didn't dashboard me back to the Xbox Home UI. It just exits out and tries to find another server. See, there it is. It just froze up. And that's only happened to me a couple times, the game freezing up. And as you can see here, this is what it does. It'll just load back to to basically all the way back to the menu, the main menu. And that's pretty much what you get. But I want to get into my biggest issue with this game. And I said it feels very vanilla. Well, let's take a look at the menus outside of the actual gameplay, because this is where it starts to feel very vanilla. Now, I know there's no battle pass yet, but look at these menus. This is the home menu. This is it. I mean, I guess they wanted to keep it as simple as possible, and I don't know. I mean, that's nice and all, but if you're looking for an actual multiplayer UI, there really isn't one. There are no barracks. That's my biggest problem. The stat tracking. Where is it at? This is Call of Duty. This is supposed to be a competitive multiplayer game. There's no stat tracking. Now, of course, you get the same things from before. You got the gunsmith where you can choose your loadouts and the stuff, the attachments you want on your guns and things like that. That's from the first Modern Warfare game, of course. Unlocking guns. You have this little tree here where, once you go through these various paths, you can see everything has a level. Of course, guns have always had leveling, but you can actually see that now more in detail, which I do like. And it does show you what, as you level up your guns, what guns you get at certain levels, and then it shows you their path, and et cetera, et cetera. That's the case for almost every gun in this game, except for your sidearms, of course, your secondary weapons, things like that. But where's the barracks at? Activision and Infinity Ward? Why is there no barracks? The biggest thing I miss about, I'll not miss, but rather thing I always loved about the franchise is friend leaderboards. Now, I get not having global leaderboards in this game because, cheating, and that can encourage cheating. But there's not even a friend leaderboard. You can't even see your friends' win-loss ratio, kill-death ratio, and things like that. You can't even see their stats. You can't even see your own stats. That's ridiculous. I mean, you get all these great unlocks and things like that, which, of course, unlocking stuff in a Call of Duty game is a standard thing by now. We should all be prepared for that. But, I mean, you would think that the barracks would be the standard thing to have here, too. But it's not here. You would think it would be in this menu somewhere, this little side menu. It's not there. You can customize your emblem. I mean, all the things you've been able to do in the previous Modern Warfare games, but there's no stat tracking. I mean, why? Why would you get rid of stat tracking? I don't understand that. I like to see how I'm doing as a player. And you won't know how you're doing as a player because there's no way to tell. That is my biggest complaint about this Call of Duty. About Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer specifically, is the absolute lack of stat tracking. It's not here. And I've looked. I've spent almost 10 hours playing multiplayer so far. And it's not here. There's no stat tracking. You can choose your operative. You can't even customize your operatives, by the way. You only can customize one operative from both sides. And it's the generic one. There's no skins to unlock for anybody else, like Ghost or Price or any of the other characters. I mean, not yet anyway, unless they eventually add those later on in the battle pass and stuff like that. But that's it. There's challenges still in the game. There's XP, things you have to do to earn XP and stuff like that. But no stats. How are you going to have a competitive multiplayer game with no stats? I don't understand. That just baffles me because it makes this game feel very vanilla. You want to see stats? This is the stats you get. Your after action report. That's as much of stats that you get. The only time you see stats is the AAR. That's it. That's it. Now here you can see me choosing my perks, things like that. You can still do that. Which I like. You know, I like the menus. I want to say I really like the UI. I like the menu design. It's very sleek. It looks good. But I can't get over the absolute lack of stat tracking. That I don't understand. Other than that, the multiplayer plays amazing. It's fun. I've had lots of fun with it in the hours I've spent playing the game since upon release. But outside of that, I don't know how I'm doing as a player. I don't know. I mean, I miss being able to see what guns I was best at, what guns I have the most kills with, my win-loss ratio, being able to see how well I'm doing in specific game types. All of that, guys, is gone as of right now. Now, I do hope that this is something that Activision and Infinity Ward decided to patch in a later update, but that's just weird to me. Why would that need to be something that they have to patch in later? Anyway, let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. Are you enjoying the multiplayer version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? Let me know below. Let me know what you'd like to see added. Are you having fun with the maps? What's your favorite map type? What's your favorite game type? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you want more videos like this here on the domain, please subscribe to our channel. And if you think we've earned it, give us a thumbs up. Until next time, I'll see you guys.